hitting on all cylinders offensively early. Hitting threes, they're shredding us the basket, and it really hurt us on the offensive glass when they did miss. I thought we made some pretty good adjustments at halftime, and I thought our guys really played hard and fought back and played with a lot of pride and passion. Big play, I think we cut it to 4, and then they made an and one, which kind of changed momentum a little bit. Right? I thought these guys really fought to the end. It's been a really resilient group. We've gotten significantly better from the beginning of the season to the end. I was just telling these guys, I wish we had 2 more weeks left prior. The tournament started a little bit later. I think we would have been even a better team. But I'm proud of my guys. The guy sitting to my right, Damo, I'm just extremely proud of what he's become as a basketball player, as a leader, and as a person. And he'll be a part of this program forever. And I think Micah, obviously, he's really improved. And as leader of this group for next year, we got a lot of guys coming back. Obviously, we wanted to win this basketball game, but I think we gained a lot of experience from this trip.
All right, questions for the student athletes?
Dominique, Coach just touched on it, but can you talk about from when you first came to Duquesne up until now, the way you feel you've changed as not only a student but an athlete as well?
Pretty much when I first came, I wasn't called upon to, be a leader as much because it was already a senior on the team. Obi last year, and he was really our senior, so we listened to him and went through him on a lot of stuff. But this year, just stepping up and being a leader and sharing my experiences with the young guys and just being there for everybody.
Anybody else? Scott?
Like, can you talk about the way you were having to work so hard to get some open looks tonight and just running around and maybe wearing you guys out, like late in the second half?
Yeah, definitely. George Washington's a good team. I felt in the first half I was rushed a couple times. That's why I kind of missed a couple shots. But like I said, they're a tough defensive team, and couldn't really get what we had to do.
Anybody else for student athletes? All right, gentlemen. You're good. Thank you. Questions for Coach Ferry? Anyone?
Great.
No, actually, it's funny because last night we talked about how you all being like in the Pittsburgh area bring that toughness and that scrappiness each and every night that you play. Basically, how do you go forward going forward, tell your team, like, even though you didn't come away with a victory, that as long as I guess you as a coach would be happy as long as they left it on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about that as a team in the locker room. We were down 13 at half, and obviously getting outplayed. And we just talked about playing with toughness and passion in the second half. And if they could do it, we could do it. And that's why I said I give these guys a lot of credit. They've been resilient all year. We struggled to play on the road this year. At home, we were dynamic at times. I thought we came in here in this tournament, we really fought. I thought last night's game was a real physical battle against a real big physical team, and so wasn't today. And our guys, I really fought. I thought some of the fatigue, but that's what happens when you don't finish in 10th, you finish in 11th. You got to play that extra night. But the biggest thing with this group right now is actually starting to look forward. After this game, okay, we're disappointed, but we got a lot of guys back for next year. I think we have, some of the best backcourt guys in this conference to build on. So we just have to improve from this point.
So in the second half, it seemed like you really picked it up after your halftime talk. You're down, I think, by 4 at one point.
Yeah.
What do you think happened with your team? Like, what changed, and then what caused it maybe to lose that lead?
Well, again, there's always 2 teams on a basketball court, and sometimes fans don't understand that. Why you down? Well, there's 2 teams playing. They came out and they jumped us. They did a really good job of it. I think our guys kept their composure. It was only 13 at half, but they kept their composure. We made a couple adjustments within the zone and offensively, and I thought the guys really executed. They really believed in each other. They trusted each other. Played really hard. Our timeouts, our huddles were great. Guys believed in each other, even when they went back up, and then we still came back and cut it down again. But then it gets to a point when we're cut it to 4, they get an and one, then we struggle scoring around the basket. We missed a bunch of layups. And then it gets to 10 or 11, now we got to press, and they finished off the game like a good team does. So, Again, I thought that was really more of a 10-point game than it was an 18-point game, which is they executed down the stretch and they made their plays. But I thought our guys fought to the end. Disappointing getting beat on the glass like that, but some of it was us having to play last night. Again, that's part of not finishing in the top 10, and we missed that by free throw, a buzzer shot, things like that. We could have been a 10 seed and not have to play the night before, but we did. We came in, we won a game, and then we got beaten a hard-fought game tonight.
Coach, what were your expectations of GW's three-point shooting heading into the game?
You know what? They're not a team that they're good shooters. They're just guys that take the shot, the three-point shot secondary. They're not thinking come off. They're not like Micah who's looking to fire threes. You know, they're very disciplined in what they do. They try to get the ball inside, but they do have capable three-point shooters. Over the last 2.5 weeks, they've been shooting the ball fantastic. But when you're a good team like that, we have to choose our poison. They score 70% of their baskets are scored inside the paint. Okay, so going into the game, statistically, and all you analytical guys out there, you got to try to take away the paint. Understanding what we did at our place, we took away the paint and was able to contest the threes better. They made the proper adjustments, really made. Now again, the second half, they really only made one. Then they banked one in, obviously, with seconds to go. So I think in our adjustments, we did a decent job of that to take it away. But that's a good team. When you have a team that can beat you from inside and out, that's a good team. That's why they have 21 wins.
Jim, when you were here in October, you said the goal, one of your goals was a national postseason tournament, either the NCAA or NIT.
Yeah.
What has to change for you guys next year to get to that point?
Well, we got to get better. You know, we got to get better. We got to add a couple more recruiting classes. This is only our really second true recruiting class, and you know, when we got here, we took the program over. It was empty. There wasn't many players in here, so I am disappointed. I thought we should have had a winning record this year. We lost so many games. You know, Rhode Island by 1, overtime at St. Joe's, missed 21 free throws on the road and lost a close game. Lost a close game at home. We got a 3-pointer block at the end and could have won. I mean, if what changes winning seasons and losing seasons are close games like that. I think so. I mean, we definitely get better. Everybody's got to get better. Our better players have to get better. Our younger players have to get mature. We had a really young front court this year. Damo was the only senior in our group. We had 9 players in our program that were either freshmen, sophomore, or new to the program. And that's a lot. And it took us a while to really figure out our identity of what we are and who we are. Now we have a lot of these guys back. I think we know what our identity is going to be going forward. So hopefully we can take the proper steps and improve.
2 more questions.
Jim, on that note, your record for 3 years now is similar to your first 3 years at LIU. Do you see any other comparisons between your first 3 years there and trying to rebuild here?
Yeah, sure. I see a lot of comparisons. It takes time, man. It takes time. When you're in a monster league like the Atlantic 10, and you see what, you know, the type of players other people have, and the facilities, and what you're up against, and the coaches and great players, it takes time. You need recruiting classes. We've had 2 legit recruiting classes. We're going to need 2 more to really solidify the program of what we're going to be. We're absolutely heading in the right direction. Our players are getting better. We're getting better as a team. Obviously, like we talked about, we need to continue to get better, but it's a process. If you're going to do it right and you're going to build a program, you have to have some patience and do it the right way. We're not going to quick fix it here. I'm not one of those guys that's just taking, you know, a bunch of transfers every year and a bunch of JUCO guys every year. We're going to do it the right way. And now we have the foundation set, and now you build it from this foundation up.
All right, any other questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.